Good evening and welcome to Sports Center right here with me, James Ohinba Makion. It's the home edition of Sports Center. It's that time of the day where we dissect, digest, and delve deep into sporting issues in Ghana and around the world. Hope you are staying safe out there, following all the protocols of COVID-19 and wearing your nose masks. Let's all help in fighting this virus. Talking about freedom, guess what? The Bundesliga is back again. Yes, football is gradually coming back. Yes, the Bundesliga will start tomorrow with the Valley Red Derby between Borussia Dortmund and Schalke 04. Freedom, give me fire, give me I'll be bringing you the fixtures and also some foreign news about the transfers. Take me higher, see the champions. Today's show is about celebrating African legends, and we all know when we are talking about legends, you can mention the names of Didier Drogba of Ivory Coast and Samuel Eto'o of Cameroon. Take the field now, unify us, make us feel proud in the streets out. Our discussion today will be focusing on Didier Drogba at Chelsea and Samuel Eto'o at Barcelona. Who was the best in their prime? Didier Drogba at Chelsea and Samuel Eto'o at Barcelona. Yes, it's going to be an interesting one, and my panelists will be ready to argue out their points, whether Didier Drogba or Samuel Eto'o. But before then, we go for a breather. When we come back, we delve deep into the issues. Stay tuned.
Now that's hooked forward. Here's a chase for Gian. He's 1-on-2. It is Gian. He's in the area. He scores! Ghana back in front. A goal of individual brilliance from Samuel Gian.
Normal time. Yeah, it's a foul, and it's Rafael Guerrero there is window dressing. Ronaldo through!
Masaluke is inside the penalty area as well, and it heads over to Masaluke. Look at him. Keeper goes on the adventurous route. Masaluke scores! Unbelievable! You've never seen anything like that in your life.
We can take it quickly. Oh, wonderful thinking, Origi. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Liverpool.
Welcome back from the breather. You're still watching Sports Center at home with me, James Ohinba Makion. Let's quickly do some foreign news, and let's start off from the Bundesliga. Yes, the Bundesliga is back again, starting tomorrow, and let's look at some of the fixtures. Tomorrow, Saturday, 16th May, Borussia Dortmund will play against Schalke 04. Now, the time is 2 p.m. RB Leipzig will lock horns with Freiburg. TSG Hoffenheim will lock horns with Hertha Berlin 2 p.m. Augsburg will also play against Wolfsburg, and Fortuna Düsseldorf will host FC Paderborn. These are the matches on Saturday. When we go to Sunday, we have Frankfurt versus Mönchengladbach. That is 4:45 p.m. We also have FC Cologne versus Mainz 05 and Union Berlin versus Bayern Munich. Then on Monday, Werder Bremen will lock horns with Bayern Leverkusen. Talking about the Bundesliga, Augsburg manager has been made to quarantine himself for about 2 weeks more because he just went out to buy a toothpaste, and he has flouted the laws of quarantine. So earlier this month, Solomon Kalou, formerly of Chelsea, now plays his game for Hertha Berlin, was also given some fine of not playing in the Bundesliga after shaking hands with some teammates. So that is the fixtures for you. I hope you get yourself some decoder or get yourself a radio station to listen to the live commentary. Now let's do some foreign transfer stories, and let's kick off from the Sun, who report Timo Werner has allied with Bayern Munich chairman Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Now Dani Ceballos has hinted he wants to stay at Real Madrid once his loan spell with Arsenal comes to a conclusion at the end of the season. Wolves have, according to the Daily Mirror, lined up a bid for Sporting Lisbon midfielder João Palhinha after ordering Morgan Gibbs White to remain at home after breaching lockdown rules. La Liga clubs are also preparing to cut their wage bills by 30% for next season. This is according to the Daily Mail, leaving the door open for players like Gareth Bale and James Rodriguez to leave Real Madrid for free. Angel Gomez is still stalling on Manchester United offer of a new contract. This is according to the Manchester Evening News. Now, Manchester City defender Angelino has hinted his future could lie away from the club. Liverpool are also leading the race to sign Brazilian wonderkind Thales Magno. This is according to the Liverpool Echo. Nicolas Tagliafico has hinted he is ready to leave Ajax amid reported interest for Barcelona. Chelsea have also opened terms with Juventus to allow Jorginho to reunite with former boss Mauricio Sarri. This is according to The Guardian, with Miralem Pjanic set to Stamford Bridge in a swap deal. Now, Tottenham also are struggling, targeting a summer move for Laurent Moron, according to Spanish outlet La Razón. Paris Saint-Germain will also target Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly this summer in their bid to find a replacement for Thiago Silva. This is according to reports in France. Now, Juventus centre-back Matthias De Ligt could be on the move after just one uninspiring year in Italy, with Barcelona reportedly ready to bring him to Camp Nou. Newcastle target Edinson Cavani has also addressed his future in an interview with Paris Saint-Germain's official magazine, and he is leaving his options open as his contract with Ligue 1 champions continues to win blow. Now, Inter are set to complete a deal for Napoli's out-of-contract forward Dries Mertens. This is according to Italian broadcaster Telemombardia. Now, Lautaro Martinez has made clear to Inter that he would only consider leaving the club for a move to Barcelona. This is according to reports in Spain. Now, Barcelona are leaning on Joan Foyth with a Spurs defender available for transfer this summer. Thomas Partey is reportedly set to snap interest from Paris Saint-Germain because he wants to sign for Arsenal this summer. This is according to The Sun. Now, let's do some transfer story. Chelsea believe they are close to landing Manchester United youngster Angel Gomez, and Manchester City are also confident that their manager Pep Guardiola will resist the temptation of returning to Barcelona. This is according to The Sun. Barcelona also believe they could receive as little as £53 million were they to sell Ousmane Dembele this summer. This is according to Marca. Jadon Sancho is not the only young English talent said to be on Manchester United radar, along with the 20-year-old Borussia Dortmund forward. The Daily Star reports that United are also keen on London Aston Villa playmaker Jack Grealish and Birmingham City starlet Jude Bellingham when the summer transfer window opens. Now, Erling Haaland has insisted he is only thinking about playing for Borussia Dortmund, despite rumors linking him with the move to Real Madrid. Now, Arsenal are also reportedly facing competition for Inter Milan in the race to snare Real Madrid flop Luka Jovic away from the Bernabeu. To allow stories, Juventus have priced themselves out of a deal for Manchester United midfielder Paul Pogba after implementing a self-imposed salary cap. This is according to the Daily Mail. And Manchester United are very close to securing a deal for Atletico Madrid midfielder Soren against reports the Daily Star. So that's the transfer news for you. I hope you're happy with this transfer news. We quickly do our discussion. Today I have Emmanuel Safo, Joel Eshen, and Gabriel Newton as my panelists on the show. Didier Drogba and Samuel Eto'o, who was the best? Didier Drogba at Chelsea, Eto'o at Barcelona, who was the best? Let's listen to the argument. After that, I'll give you some background information. So, Safo, let me have your view. I know it's a tough one, but let me have your view about it.
So comparing Didier Drogba's career at Chelsea and also Samuel Eto'o's career in Barcelona, personally I'm moving for Samuel Eto'o. Why will I say this? Because considering his move away from Real Mallorca to Barcelona, I think he made great achievements with the club. He made 144 appearances for the Spanish side, also banging in 108 goals for them. During his time in Barcelona, also he won the 2005-2006 La Liga top scorer, having scored 26 goals. Also he won African Footballer of the Year award 4 times in his career, and also he joined the 2005-2006 season in Barcelona. He won the Champions League with them, having defeated the Gunners, that's Arsenal. And also during the 2008-2009 season, that was the last season for Samuel Eto'o in Barcelona. He also did won the Champions League with Barcelona, having defeated Manchester United by 2-0 in the Champions League final. So I think, considering Samuel Eto'o's statistics, I think he will be ahead of Didier Drogba. You let me bring in Didier Drogba's stat also. You see, Didier Drogba played Chelsea from 2004 to 2012, where he made 341 appearances and also scored 157 goals. Drogba also went away from Chelsea. He moved away from Chelsea after 2012 summer, and then also came back 2014 to play the 2014-2015 season, making 40 appearances in all competitions and also scoring 7 goals for the Premier League side. So I think considering Drogba's statistics and then Samuel Eto'o, I'm moving for Samuel Eto'o. Even though Drogba won the Premiership he won the Premiership 4 times in his career, and also he won several awards. He won the Premier League Golden Boot several times. He also won the African Best Player Award also several times. But you see, personally, I was still going for Didier Drogba because I say Didier Drogba. Sorry, I'm going for Samuel Eto'o because I think Samuel Eto'o is way ahead of Didier Drogba. Even considering their fireworks that's in front of goals, who is more deadly, who can score more goals. You see, Drogba was a striker who was very good. If I want to compare these two strikers to the modern strikers we have in football right now, that's Luis Suarez and Robert Lewandowski. I think Didier Drogba is somewhere like Luis Suarez. He will score you at any point in time, but look, Robert Lewandowski is also more deadly than Luis Suarez, because Lewandowski at the ball at his feet can dribble, can create chances, but Luis Suarez doesn't create chances. So that's why I'm saying I'm going for Samuel Eto'o, because Samuel Eto'o can dribble past defenders, can score more goals, and is also deadly in front of goals. So at any day, even if I sleep and wake up right now, you ask me, Drogba, Eto'o, who is champion? I will say, hey, my guy, look, I'm going for the guy from Cameroon, Samuel Eto'o.
Samuel Eto'o and Didier Drogba. Who is the greatest of all time in Africa? Some might say it's Drogba, because of what he did for Chelsea and then also for Ivory Coast. Some might also settle on Samuel Eto'o because of what he did for Barcelona, Inter Milan, then also Cameroon. Now, let's focus on what they did, both at the club side, then at the national side. When we are talking of the greatest of all time in Africa, we have to pick their national side, what they did for their national team. We shouldn't focus much on their club side. When you want to focus much on their club side, then you can probably argue that who is the best African player to play for the European clubs. But now we are talking about the greatest of all time in Africa. Africa is talking about their national team. How many times have they played for their national team? What are their impacts in their national team? Now, when you pick that of Didier Drogba, Drogba has played 105 matches with 65 goals with Cote d'Ivoire, and also Samuel Eto'o 118 matches with 51 goals. Well, Eto'o had much playing time for national team more than Didier Drogba, but then that notwithstanding, the goals also count. Let's see something out. Let me start with Didier Drogba. Drogba came into the Ivorian national team from 2002 to 2010, 2015. Okay, when you check from 2002 up to the time he retired in the national team, that's 2012. Not 2012, sorry, 2015. Didier Drogba scored, let me say he's the all-time goal scorer for Ivory Coast for now. I'm yet to see any player who will break that record. But now he captained the teams to 2006 AFCON finals in Egypt. 2006 AFCON finals in Egypt. And then also to 2012 AFCON, where they were runners up, obviously, or fortunately or unfortunately, they were all kicked out with penalties. Now in 2006, they went to finals with Egypt, and the AFCON was in Egypt. Of course, Egypt won it. And then 2012 with this Chipolopolo of Zambia, do not forget Christopher Katongo, that man, yeah. And also, he also captained the team to the 2010 and 2014 World Cup. Yes, Didier Drogba, he did very well. But much of the Ivorians don't recognize Drogba as their legend because they all have this mindset that the AFCON final that they went in 2006 and then the 2012 is because of Drogba. That's why they couldn't won that trophy because of his influence in some players and this divisional in them like Drogba's camp and then Yaya Touré's camp. So much of the Ivorians don't recognize Drogba as their legend, though outside world we may see him as a legend in Ivory Coast, but that's not it. We also saw it at what happens in their FA elections. Drogba had zero. Let's not forget Drogba had zero. Now he has two AFCON best player. He has that AFCON player of the year. He has won twice with that of Alhaji Diop and so. And also let's move to the club side. Yes, of course, he had all his matches played in Chelsea. We shouldn't forget that 88-minute goal scored in Allianz Arena, Champions League Finals 2012 against Bayern. And also, he scored most of the goals in that Champions League. He helped Chelsea to win the first ever EPL in 50 years. Drogba, he did much for Chelsea. That's why just recently the fans voted him to be part of the team of the decade between 2010 then 2020. Now to Samuel Eto'o. Eto'o also helps his team, let me say the national team, to win the Ghana Nigeria co-host in 2002. No, it's 2000 rather. And then also in 2002, Eto'o helps his team, that's Cameroon, to win the AFCON. Now Eto'o has 4 times African best player. He rubbed shoulders with Yaya Toure. Now when it comes to club side, Eto'o has played 118 with 65 goals. You shouldn't forget that Eto'o is the all-time leading goal scorer in AFCON with 18 goals. That's Samuel Eto'o. With 18 goals. He helps his team to win the Olympics championship in 2002. He has helped his team for 3 World Cup, 2006, 2010, then 2014. Samuel Eto'o also helps his team in 2003, led his team for the Confederations Cup, where though they couldn't win it, but they performed well. Now, Eto'o is the only African player to win continental back-to-back, continental treble back-to-back. Eto'o is the only African player. Now let's go into his club side a bit. Eto'o played around 144 matches with Barcelona and scored 108 goals. Eto'o came to Inter Milan. He never disappointed Africans. Eto'o did much well. He played all in all. He left Barcelona with a treble, came to Inter Milan, helped Inter Milan to win the Champions League this year and also the Club World Cup. That's Samuel Eto'o. He did well. He came to Chelsea with 21 matches with 9 goals. That's not bad. That's not bad. We shouldn't forget that Eto'o has been the African highest paid player in Africa. That's similar. So when we are settled on who is the greatest of all time in Africa, for me, I would choose Samuel Eto'o. Some time ago, he granted an interview with Go.com and was saying that he was jabbing some Didier Drogba and Alhaji Diop that they shouldn't call themselves as the greatest of all time in Africa. You shouldn't forget that he has 4 African best player, and also is the leading goal scorer in AFCON with 18 goals. So for me, I'll settle for Samuel Eto'o Fields as the greatest of all time in African football.
So those were the views of my panelists. Interesting one. They've argued out their point very well. But from my point of view, someone asked, among the two, who do I think was the best? For me personally, the truth be told, I think Samuel Eto'o is the best among the two. Why do I say that? Now, Samuel Eto'o played Barcelona from the year 2004 to 2009, and within these years, he achieved many of those feats. Now, he won the La Liga with Barcelona 2004-2005 season, won it 2005, 2006 seasons, 6 seasons, and 2008, 2009 season. 3 years he won the league with FC Barcelona. Now he won the Copa del Rey in 2008, 2009 years, and won the Supercopa de España in 2005 and 2006. He won the UEFA Champions League with Barcelona twice, 2005, 2006 against Arsenal, 2008, 2009 against Manchester United. He scored in both finals. Now, when we are talking about his individual records, he was the African Player of the Year in 2003, 2004, 2005, 2010, 4 times in a row. But he won it 3 times, while as Barcelona achieved a height that no African player has achieved before. He was the FIFA World Player of he won the FIFA World Player of the Year Bronze Award in 2005. He was the third best player in the world in 2005, a height that George Oponria achieved. No African player had ever achieved before. It was Samuel Eto'o who was the second player to achieve that. FIFA Pro World 11, 2005-2006, 2 consecutive years. He was part. UEFA Team of the Year 2005-2006, he was there. CAF Team of the Year 2005, 2006, 2008, 2009. Samuel Eto'o was in the Pichichi Trophy 2005-2006. He won it. The UEFA Champions League top assist provider 2005-2006 season. He did it for Barcelona. African Nations top scorer 2006-2008. Samuel Eto'o was then the UEFA Club Forward of the Year 2006. So this is something out of mind for Samuel Eto'o. Talking about Didier Drogba, he achieved something, but it can't be compared to what Samuel Eto'o did. Yeah, so that's my view. Thanks for watching. I'm very happy that you watch. Keep on watching this show. The show has been Sports Center. The channel is Fast Lane. Just hit on the subscribe button and share. I'll catch up with you the same time on Monday. Thanks to my panelists for making this show a great one. Stay tuned.